Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to an embarrassing day that I had. I can't be the only one out there that this is happening to. I can't. So please, I'm sharing this story time like video of my horrible day to know if anyone out there has had a day as bad as this. Am I the only one this is happening to? Do I need to stop the gig work? I don't know. It all started on Saturday, July 3rd. I left my house at 10 a.m. and my goal was to just work all day. If my market wasn't popping, so to speak, I was gonna try a different market and see what I could do. So the day started off promising. Of course, I went to Starbucks and got my coffee, and soon after a McDonald's order came in on DoorDash, $7 at 10:18, great. I got that dropped off by 10:35, and then right away I got a Panera order that came in. I forgot to screenshot it, but I'll show it here in my earnings, and the Panera drop off at 11:01. So I thought, okay, $14 and about, 30-40 minutes of work, not too bad. Then an hour passed before another order came in. It was another McDonald's on DoorDash, so I did it. I dropped that one off at about 12:25. So in the first 2 hours, I made $21 doing 3 orders. Not very good. About 20 minutes later at 12:44, I took this Uber offer that came in, and I dropped that off about 14 minutes later at 12:58. Then I waited around until 1:30 thinking, well, I usually break for lunch at 1:30, 2 o'clock, so let me just go home and eat and figure out what market I should try tonight. So I have been doing some research, looking at different markets and just searching, fast food restaurants near here or restaurants near this intersection and stuff like that. So I've been able to find a nice mix of nicer restaurants, nice sit-down restaurants, mixed in with fast food restaurants. So I decided at 3:30 I was gonna go about 7 miles north to the Glenview area. I looked at the Uber Eats potential earning graph, and it showed that that area was looking a little bit more busy earlier than mine was. So I thought, you know what, let me go up here. I used to work Instacart in that area quite a bit. So I drove up to that area. It took me only about 18-20 minutes to get there. So at 3:50 I arrived, and here is the screenshot showing that it was busy. So I started my dash, and it took about 21 minutes to get an order. And I accepted this one, $7 from a place called Wild Pita Mediterranean, something or other. So I took that. They were very nice in there. It was ready within 2 minutes of me walking in, and the drop-off was, I think, less than like 2 miles away. So that order, again, about 14 minutes later at 4:25, I dropped it off. It was at Leave It Door, and I was on my way. I was gonna go back to the cluster of restaurants. And since I was kind of unfamiliar with where I was, my eyes were glued to that GPS as I was making my way back to the hot spot in the zone. Once I got situated, it wasn't until then that I realized this customer had texted me saying that they had missing rice. And since a few minutes had passed already, I thought, well, by this time they probably, figured out that they have to call customer support. As the driver, there's not really anything I could do as the bag was sealed, and I just pick it up. It's the restaurant's fault if there's missing items, right? I know a lot of people will send out that fake, oh, this number is no longer reachable, please contact customer support. But since so much time had passed, I thought, she probably figured out what to do. Well, almost 10 minutes later, she texts me again saying I have missing rice. And then I start getting a phone call. If I don't know the number, I'm not picking it up. This woman leaves me a voicemail. So she texted me 3 or 4 times and left a voicemail. Now, I come from a 17-year history of customer service, and in the past, I have, I dropped off ice cream to a gentleman once and I didn't leave right away. He came out to the car and said it was a complete wrong order. So since he was only about 2 blocks away, I went back to the ice cream place, told him they had the wrong order. But you know what? You don't get paid for that time. It's not tracked on DoorDash. So I did that out of the kindness of my own heart. You know, I felt bad. You know, I went back, brought back the order, and then brought this gentleman his correct order, and he left me $4 as an extra tip for doing that. And then he left me a review in the DoorDash section. So I thought that was nice. But, you know, sometimes you're just not in the mood. I mean, yesterday really sucked. It was a slow day. There were no orders coming in. The orders that were coming in were no tip. It was so hot. And to be honest, this woman just texted me saying, missing rice. She didn't say, hi, this is Carol. You just dropped off my order. Thank you so much. But I noticed, you know, like there was no kindness in her message. So I just didn't feel like it. You know, I didn't feel like dealing with it. Sorry. And I can't be alone in doing that. I make sure I treat every customer how I want to be treated, but every time I've ordered DoorDash or Uber Eats and I've gotten it and the order's wrong, I don't contact the driver. It's not the driver's fault. The bags are sealed, and plus I don't want the driver going through and touching everything. You know, if I ordered Taco Bell and got 3 tacos and a quesadilla and something else, I don't want them going through the bag and counting how many tacos I have in there. Like, I just don't want that. Am I alone in that? You know? So, this woman, let me play you her voicemail. Okay, so like I said, I dropped off this order at 4:25. At 4:35, she calls me and leaves this voicemail.
Saved message. Hey Joe, this is Carol. We just delivered an order from Wild PETA, and the order is missing the rice. So, is there some way you can get me the rice? My number, please. To replace.
So, you know, if I was in a better mood, maybe I would have gone and gotten her the rice. But I didn't like the abruptness of her text, and I just wasn't in the mood. So, does that make me a bad person? But it's the restaurant that forgot to put the rice in, you know? So that just kind of spoiled my mood for the evening as well. I'm going to insert, I contacted support because this customer clearly kept texting me, calling me, so I contacted support and said, can you please reach out to this woman and let her know that she needs to, you know, contact you guys, DoorDash customer support, or the restaurant, and say that they forgot the rice. I can't even make this up. I'm the one who got the rice reorder. So I'm going to show you the screenshots of the reorder, and it just showed side of rice. Part of me almost wanted to take it, but I said, you know what, another driver can do that. So that was just, you know, not my greatest moment, I guess. You know, it didn't make my night any better. So at 5:06, I drove up to a hotspot, and then at 5:12, the hotspot was gone. There was a really cute looking Starbucks that I passed, so I went there. I had to use the restroom, and I got a nice cold drink because I was so hot. I sat there with Uber Eats on and DoorDash on for an hour, and nothing came in.
Time goes by so slowly. Time goes by so slowly.
So at 6:20, I got this order. It was going 10.6 miles right back to my regular zone for only $5.75. I just need to know. What would you guys do out there? If you had a day like me, would you have just called it quits? What would you have done with that customer with the missing rice? I don't know. It just was a rough day, and you know, I'm just getting really nervous about the fact that there are just no orders coming in my home market, in the markets up north of me, even though it was saying that it was busy. Well, you know what? I know that those busy times just means they don't think they have enough drivers out, so it might not necessarily be busy. But regardless, I just don't know if the entire suburban Chicagoland area decided collectively that they're no longer going to use DoorDash and Uber Eats. I'm still on a wait list for Grubhub, and I'm not even going to get started on Instacart or Shipt. So I just want to know down below, let me know, what would you have done? What were some of your worst days so far as a gig worker? And how do you shake it off? So all in all, yesterday I did 5 trips, 4 on DoorDash, 1 on Uber Eats. I made just under $35. It's not good. I know a lot of you out there are still making great money, but you know, it's very market dependent. I have my strategies. I know what offers to take. I know my zones, my hot spots, what restaurants are good, what restaurants are bad. But when there are no orders coming in, what am I supposed to do? You know? So I'm gonna continue this week. You know, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep going out and trying different markets, different times throughout the day. UDM just put out a video talking about this very thing, that he says the lunch and dinner rush are overrated, and I agree. Summer is a different time. People are ordering at different times of the day. It's all about going out there and continuing to experiment and test out your markets. So please share down below your horror stories of being a gig worker, your worst days, your slow days, your bad customer experiences. I want to know. Thank you so much for watching the video. I know this one was a little different, but thank you for making it to the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.